Good morning, everyone from Hong Kong. I'm glad to be here. It's my first time ever in Hong Kong. It's been a while since I've been live streaming, but 而家我係香港 trying to practice my Cantonese a little bit. But we're here in central Hong Kong on Hong Kong Island. I just arrived yesterday, so I'm not too familiar with this area. We'll take a walk around and see what's up, see what differences there are to other places I've been to. But hope you're all doing well. Excited to be here. It's Sunday, May 11th, 2025. The time is about 10 o'clock a.m. Temperature is 65 Fahrenheit, 18 Celsius. And boy, are there a lot of people here. I don't know why everyone is here. They're like wrapping clothes up and everything. Hopefully my internet holds up too. I'm using an Olafly eSIM. Here in Hong Kong, it's in the southern part of China, and they use 3 languages here: Cantonese, Mandarin, and English, although I feel like Cantonese is the most widely spoken here. My Cantonese is very, very basic. I learned some words growing up, but I'm by no means fluent. Hong Kong is home to, I believe, the most billionaires in the world, and it's the 4th densest area by landmass. And the English they do use here I find to be more British English. Instead of elevator, they call it lift. They use interchange. Instead of receipt, they call it advice from the ATM machine. They also drive on the left side of the road rather than the right side of the road. Yeah, what is this? There's like a big convention here of clothing and stuff. I don't know why these people are here. I don't know. There's a lot of skyscrapers here, as you can tell. This is pretty much the business district of Hong Kong, Central. Lizzo says practice your Chinese and ask someone. I mean, I don't want to do that. Just observe everything. Kind of strange seeing this in the middle of the business district with all these skyscrapers. You're right, Bob, they use traditional Chinese characters in Hong Kong rather than simplified. But regardless if it's simplified or traditional, it's still difficult for me to read. I've tried, but oh, look at this. I don't think we could even go under there. It's so hard to walk. Yeah, Hong Kong is bustling. A lot of people walking on the street. Kevin Wu's been to Hong Kong 10 times. Well, it's my first time. I think to say my first time in Hong Kong is 来过香港。I think Hong Kong is also home to the densest area of skyscrapers in the world as well. Here the land is very valuable. It's home to some of the priciest real estate in the world. Definitely very clean here and spacious. This is the station I got out at, Central Station on the MTR. That's the public transit here. They use a system called Octopus. That's the payment card. Bob says you wonder if I'll take a Cantonese class. Still debating whether or not I should. I mean, I do believe Mandarin Chinese will help me more, since it is the de facto lingua franca of China, and you do hear it a lot more in Hong Kong now as well. Look at this. It's like everywhere I walk here, there's people sitting around with like merchandise and stuff. What are all these people doing on Sunday morning? Hung Ma says, keep Cantonese alive, preserve the language. Difficult when I'm trying to learn multiple languages at once. There's not enough time. 我冇時間. Deanne says, how much more expensive is Hong Kong compared to my time in Vietnam? Well, I'll tell you, where I stayed in Saigon, that was like an expensive hotel. I paid $60 a night for, and I had to really search in Hong Kong, and I got a pretty nice hotel for $124 a night. Most hotels, they were charging like $200 and up. A lot of these pedestrian signals, they make a lot of clicking and beeping. It's kind of annoying. If you thought New York was annoying with their... Oh my gosh. This beeping is driving me insane. Just like Taiwan all over again with the buses. But instead now it's the pedestrian lights. Kevin says Hong Kong used to be a British colony. That's right. It got handed over to mainland China in 1997. I find that Hong Kong in general is a mix between Taipei and New York in terms of culture. You can kind of see like the fast pace here, but also the Chinese language and how orderly things are here compared to like people waiting in line and lining up for the metro, paying their fares. It's kind of a strange feeling, to be honest. Just like London, they have signs on the ground telling you to look right and look left, because a lot of people, they come here and they don't know which direction to look. So they're like, do I look left? Do I look right? I don't know, man. Well, there's signs on the ground telling you where to go. Man, I can't believe how many skyscrapers there are here. By the way, the currency they use here is the Hong Kong dollar, and believe it or not, the Hong Kong dollar is pegged to the US dollar. Although, if you read some recent articles, that may be threatened right now. There was a sudden decline in Asian currencies about like a week ago, and they were saying that the Hong Kong dollar may lose that peg if like the Hong Kong banks didn't intervene, but that happened. And I think there's like a limited trading range on the Hong Kong dollar to keep that peg. It's between like 775 Hong Kong dollars and 777, around there. TC322 says the Hong Kong dollar is much different to the US dollar. About the currency too, maybe I'll go up there where there's a ledge. I can show you the currency. They do use coins in Hong Kong, as I found out. And it is pretty much a cash-based society. A lot of local shops, they'll want you to pay in cash. So here, I'll show you the Hong Kong money. I still have some Vietnam dong. It's a very colorful currency, actually. So we have 10 Hong Kong dollars here. These are all like plastic polymer notes. 20 Hong Kong. This is 50. 100. These are large banknotes too. Like they pretty much take up all the space in my wallet, like from top to bottom. And 500. I think there's a 1,000 also, but I don't have a 1,000. But I was able to get all these back in change. So interesting currency, the Hong Kong dollar. And remember, it's about 777. Easy to remember, I know. Hong Kong dollars to $1 US. Simeon says you can go almost cashless in Hong Kong with octopus and credit cards unless you take taxi or go to street food. Yeah, but the restaurant I went to yesterday, they were like cash only. Luckily, I had some cash. But you can use Octopus, which is a payment card that you can use for the metro, but you can also use it at other places too, like convenience stores, restaurants. It's very similar to Taiwan's Easy Card system. If you followed my channel before, you know I use the Taiwan Easy Card, but I did pick up an Octopus even though I didn't want to, but just makes it a lot easier. Here's the Octopus card. I'm gonna hide the serial number here. Octopus. Doesn't look like an octopus, but it's it is. Shut up! I don't want to hear your pedestrian crossing light. Here's HSBC, stands for Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Remember here they drive on the left, so you gotta look left. And the buses are very similar to London. They're tall and thin and double-decker. They also, you could pay with octopus. You know what, I don't want to wait for this light. We'll walk up here. Maybe we'll go over to the waterfront. And we'll see the skyline of Hong Kong from the water. Yeah, there's a lot of taxis here. The taxis are red and white, just like the movies I saw. Oh, by the way, in the metro, they have directions telling people to walk on the left. So it's different than in New York, where you're expected to walk on the right. But on the sidewalk, I find people do both. It takes time to get used to go from a right side of the street driving place to a left side of the street driving place. Let's go. Wait, how do we cross the street here? Oh, there's a crosswalk here. It's in yellow, so it's really tripping me up. Also, there's rail tracks here. They have what they call the ding-dings. This person's getting his cart tripped up on the rails, unfortunately. Da Sing Bank. Yeah, we got more people here with their merchandise on the sidewalk. Michael Franco says, good for you, you sound excited. And I am, because it's my first time here. I've constantly talked about Hong Kong and dined at many Hong Kong style Cantonese restaurants. And I think it's time I came here. Whoa, what the? We got a backup of people here, traffic jam.
Birds here, birds here.
I think we're getting close to the waterfront. What is going on here? And I can't even cross the street here. Oh wait, I can. I gotta go up. We gotta go up and across the pedestrian bridge, like Las Vegas. Lipstick.
Lipstick kayo dyan, magpapabox kayo.
Nabin Hodoyan. I just said there's a lot of people here. I think I'm pretty much still ABC. Oh, these are domestic helpers waiting around on Sunday. There's a lot of them here, if that's the case. My gosh. There's a line for the escalator, and they're all sitting on the staircase too. Makes it very difficult to get anywhere here with all the people blocking the sidewalk. Hongmao says there's a lot of people on this side. Okay. You know, I don't really understand the escalator either. If people walk on the left, I guess they stand on the left on the escalator, or they walk on the right, or vice versa. I don't know. Hong Kong is fast-paced, tons of people. I guess we're walking on the right-hand side now. Hey, look, palm trees. Let's see. The Forum 3 Exchange Square. I guess we'll go this way. Charter House, Landmark, Alexandra House. I can say I don't know where I am. 我唔知道我喺邊度啊. I'm just going with my intuition here. Ooh, it's a nice area. Lots of shiny buildings. Ooh, IFC Mall. You know what? Let me take a picture here. This looks nice. I'm gonna even wide angle that. Ooh. Even coming from New York City, skyscraper city, that still impresses me. Hong Kong, baby! Woo! Hong Kong, 加油 for the win! Or I think in Cantonese, Hayo. Oh, Hung Mao says it's ga yao. Ga yao. Yes, RTQQQ. This is the Central Business District of Hong Kong. I'm so surprised there's so many people here on a Sunday. Let's check out IFC Mall. Looks nice. There's a nice walkway there. I don't know if they'll give me a hard time live streaming in here or not. Ooh. I know the Waterfront is on the other side of this mall. Still trying to make my way over there. Tiger Cat 510 says I know a decent amount of Chinese for someone whose parents grew up in the US. Yeah, and I kind of regret not using more Chinese when I was younger and kind of brushing it off, but now that I'm older, I kind of regret it. But I'm trying to relearn stuff, and some of it is coming back to me. When people do speak Cantonese, like in basic conversation, I say I understand maybe like 40% of it at least. There's a lot of phrases which are very common that I hear over and over, so. Let's see. How do we get out of here? It's like. It's a very fancy mall. Look at this. They got like chocolate for sale here and sweets. And also cakes. Yeah, Hung Mao, people in Hong Kong use a lot of slang and idioms. Speaking about the language here too, even though the primary language is Cantonese, it's Hong Kong Cantonese, and they've been influenced a lot by English and the British, so they'll use a lot of English in their expressions. So instead of like the actual Cantonese words, they'll use English instead. Like you'll hear people say, "I'm taking the bus right now," and it's like, "而家我搭巴士," like that. They use English Chinese kind of, or faxi. It's kind of like a Hong Kong way of speaking. If you watch a lot of movies, you'll hear it also. Oh, what a interesting mall here. A nice big skylight. I would say a lot of Hong Kongers, they're a master of slandering you in Chinese and English. You don't want to get on a bad side of a Hong Konger. Hung Mao, they use a long word of taxi, lift, that's right. Tiger Cat, they say bye-bye. Yeah, they say hello, bye-bye. I took the taxi, like that. They even have a little bit of a British English accent. A lot of international brands here. Sephora, Dior. Fun fees. Does Hong Kong celebrate Mother's Day? I'm not sure, but for those who do celebrate Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to you all. Simeon Hongley says we have the most powerful vulgar words among all the languages. I've heard that about Hong Kong too. It's a lot of nasty words, including like cursing your family and your generations and calling you garbage and like comparing you to insects and stuff. This a lot of crazy stuff. Hey, look, Shake Shack. That's a New York fast food place. Well, there's the waterfront of Hong Kong. I don't know how to get over there though. It's like we've been walking in this mall for a while, still trying to find the exit. There is like a pedestrian bridge over there. And we got a Ferris wheel and construction. Johnny says you have to teleport over there. Hey, I don't mind being in this shopping mall the whole time, but I want to see the water. It looks so close on Google Maps. You'll see it. I'm right here. Well, there's another building over here, but it's closed. Cannot exactly walk through there. Oh, there's the Apple store. Is there a downstairs? Hey, this will be a great place to be when it's raining. Okay, I don't think I'd want to stay in this mall anymore. Let's walk out the front and try to walk around it to get to the waterfront and where that Ferris wheel is. Laurie says, greetings AK, I'm on the move again. Great to see this amazing city. Thanks for sharing so much for sharing Vietnam with us. Well, you're welcome. Now I'm excited to show Hong Kong. I think it'll be a nice experience for me to show this place. I know many of you watching may even have connections to Hong Kong, know someone who lives here, or may even live here themselves. In fact, a few of my family have spent time in Hong Kong. They used to live here, and they even gave me some tips on where to visit, where they used to live and work, so maybe I can visit those places while I'm here. Oh, it looks like we can pass through here. Oh good, we can. Central Ferry Pier number 8 to Hung Hom. Star Ferry, Central Pier 7. I know we can take that to Kowloon. Kowloon or Kowloon is 9 dragons, literally. But it's the name of an area on the other side of the water. In Hong Kong, you have to walk a lot. I realize that. 香港你又行咁多啊？唔好意思 means there's no choice but to walk a lot. Even from the metro to where I'm staying, it took a long walk. By the way, this is the area where I'm staying. It's so hard to pronounce. Sim Sha Shui. That's what a lot of foreigners would say. I still can't pronounce it right, even though I know the right way to pronounce it, but I think it's Jim Sa Shui. I was calling it Jim Sa Dui before, but a lot of people call it TST to make it easier. There's a lot of Hong Kong names and places that look like they should be pronounced that way, but it's not really. Like Hong Kong is Hangong, and Mongkok is another area, is Mongkok, and Wan Chai is Wan Jai. So it's kind of strange. I guess you can pronounce it the English way, but the Cantonese version or the Canto English version is the correct way. I don't know. Ho ma fa na. That's a Cantonese expression, which means it's very frustrating. Oh, we can't miss this. This is a nice view. I can't even point this up all the way. There's a tall skyscraper. What is this, an entire construction zone? Fun fees, which is more popular, Cantonese or Mandarin or English? Cantonese is more popular here in Hong Kong for sure. If you know a little bit of it, it goes a long way here. I think the locals appreciate it. When I'm forced to use my Cantonese, surprisingly, I kind of remember it more and people respect me. Just like when I try to speak Vietnamese in Vietnam. Ooh. Whoa. Ho hiya. I think it means it's a really good view in Cantonese. Ho liang ah. Very pretty. I would like to ride that Ferris wheel sometime. I guess this walkway is needed because of all this construction going on. Let's take the ferry to Sim Sha Sui. Sim Sha Sui. Which is definitely the wrong way to say it. Upper deck. Heck yeah, we want the upper deck. How is this Jim Da Shui? It's Sim Sha Shui in English. That's what it says. Or to Sim Sha Sui. Oh, I forgot. English has got silent letters, right? And sometimes the same word can be pronounced like 10 different ways. That's the problem. Even spelled different ways, so they can make up whatever they want. No entry, it says over there. I guess that's where people get off. Uh-oh. I think this is the wrong way. We gotta go around this way. You know what? Forget the ferry right now. Why don't we walk around the waterfront? Why rush to catch the boat? Let's enjoy the waterfront while we're here. And then I can get the boat. Yeah, this is what we'll do. We took a while to get here. Why rush it? After all, Hong Kong, the literal name of it is Fragrant Harbor. Oh, it's sunny out. I mean, we are walking away from the Ferris wheel area, but I think this area will be nice too. It's so sunny. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat. I mean, it's not like Vietnam where it's like 90 something degrees Fahrenheit. It's barely even 70 right now. Oh, Nightbot says it's 73. It warmed up. 23 Celsius. Laurie says, can you show us some Jackie Chan sites while I'm in Hong Kong? If I can recognize them. Mui Wo Lantau Island. Octopus is welcome. What? Why would you take out a terrifying sea creature and put it here? Is octopus accepted for these vending machines? Yeah, they do. You can pay with a vending machine with octopus. Every drink in this vending machine, including the bottled water, is $8.50. That's Hong Kong dollars. So we have here the iPhone calculator. How much is $8.50? Oh, 850. 8.5. $1.09 US right now. I mean, I don't really think $1 for a bottle of water is cheap. Even in New York, should be like free, but let's get a water and pay for it. Number 1, select drink. Please pay by coins or octopus. Cold, 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 cold. Everything is cold. Cold, 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 cold. Okay. Okay, it's selected and total price $8.5. And I'll use my octopus card. Octopus. Sea creature. My balance is 130 whatever. That easy. All right. 100% rPET materials. Distilled water. Ooh. Well, if it's distilled water, it should be pretty pure. So let's sit over there and open this water. I mean, I thought it was a kind of expense for this bottled water, but hey, you need it. Let's drink some water here. Distilled water, maybe? I'll let you know. It tastes like it. I mean, distilled water doesn't have a taste. Oh, yum. That means it's good tasting. We'll save this cold water for later. And good view too. Wow, you can't even smoke outside here. If you do, there's a penalty of 1,500 Hong Kong dollars. How much is 1,500? Holy smokes. Almost a $200 fine for smoking here. Simeon says the most common brand of distilled water in Hong Kong, but you agree it's on the expensive side. I wonder how much regular bottled water is then. I wasn't really paying attention when I went into like the convenience store. Public toilet, IFC Mall, Central Harborfront space. Oh, there's a ferry coming in now. You know, I kind of want to go back towards the ferry. Ordinary ferry and fast ferry to Cheng Chau. Where is Cheng Chau? Do they even have maps of where these ferries go? Like, I don't see it in the front here. That would be very helpful. Wow, you have to pay extra for air conditioning? 22 compared to 34, pretty much. That's new to me. You gotta pay extra for air conditioning. But I don't know where Cheng Chau is. We're not going to Cheng Chau. We're going to Sim Sa Sui. I guess there's a bunch of smaller islands that these ferries go to. The one back there is one of them. I think I'd rather walk up to the ferry area and then sign you off. I think a dedicated video of the ferry will be much better. I can capture the ride in 4K. Litchfield says go to Kowloon Wall City Memorial. Oh, there's a lot of things I want to see here. If you know me, I like to cover a lot of the most meaningful tourist sites. So you'll definitely see me go over to places like Victoria Peak, Central, where I went right now, Kowloon Wall City Park. We'll check out Kowloon, the night markets, and also the themed streets like Flower Street, Fa Yun Gai. There's a Sneaker Street, which is like Hai Gai. And there's a ladies street too called Nguyen Gai. Even though it's mostly like clothing that's there, it's not ladies that are being sold. And there's also like the Buddha monastery, the tramways. So it's gonna be exciting. Okay, this is where I'm gonna leave you all off. Let's head over there where there's a better view of the water. I guess this is the ferry we're going to be taking across the Hong Kong harbor.
Helicopter.
Morning Star. Okay, folks. Glad you can make it to my first live stream of Hong Kong. There's going to be many more where that came from, but I've got a whole day ahead of me. But about to take the ferry now to Tsim Sha Tsui, across the harbor, not Tsim Sha Tsui. But I thank you all for watching. Hit that like button for me, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye folks, take care.